Hello, welcome to another episode of Kaiju Talks. This is Jared.
This is Carter.
Today we're going to be doing a review on the Secret Invasion series. Yeah. Our thoughts?
Talking about whether or not we liked it.
Well, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, so I personally liked Secret Invasion. It was definitely, like, you could tell it was Marvel trying to be a bit more conservative, because I think they realized after sort of the reactions to, like, She-Hulk and Miss Marvel and stuff, that it was sort of like, okay, maybe you gotta dial it back, not try to do something so out there. So I know, and that sort of, I guess, is one of the criticisms against it, was that it was sort of meh. But I think that it kind of worked because they weren't trying to do anything too crazy. It didn't quite hit, like, the sort of spy thriller theme that it was trying to, but I thought it was, like, I enjoyed watching it. There's never a point when I was like, this show sucks, whereas, like, She-Hulk, there's points I'm like, this show sucks.
I gotta say, for me, it was very... You know what? I tried very hard to like the show. Like, I really tried, but it was... I found it very slow. I found it... It didn't hold my interest as much as I wish it did. Like, when I mentioned this to you, it felt like, you know, in that writer's room, they just quickly went online to check how the history of the Secret Invasion did in the comics, and then they just slapped the title Secret Invasion on and called it a day. You know, they had so much, there was so much information at their fingertips they could have used, and I get it, you know, in the original comics, the Avengers, X-Men, all basically the superheroes were really highly involved. Yes, I understand. Yes, I understand the whole money thing. But it when you thought of Secret Invasion, you thought, you went in thinking this was gonna
involve the Avengers and be a really big.
But all we got was Rhodey, and who wasn't even Rhodey, which I guess, you know,
was like the only twist in terms of Skrull. Spoiler alert! In terms of Skrull, that was like someone who all the others sort of like, oh my god, that person was a Skrull. It's like, well, they introduced them in the show, so obviously they were a Skrull.
Yeah, you know, like, I guess that was like the best they could do at the time, but I still couldn't help feel disappointed. You know, even that ending battle just felt random. There was no build up to it.
I think that was one of the things we sort of talked about a bit earlier, was how between Gravik and Gaia, like, yeah, they kind of butt heads occasionally earlier on in the series, and then, like, he kills her, or he thinks he kills her. But it was never, like, I didn't feel like that the series was leading to a battle between the two of them. Mm-hmm. You know, like I honestly knew as soon as you saw Nick Fury walking into the reactor and stuff, I'm like, okay, that's clearly Gaia. Like, that's not Nick Fury, obviously. And I was like, the battle between Nick Fury and Gravik would make way more sense, but that's not what we got. And then it was a decent battle in terms of just, like, the choreography and the fight of it, other than, like, her weird arm at that one point, the Drax arm that was, like, weirdly disproportionate. Mm-hmm. And also the fact that they've now made her the most strongest superhero in the universe. But yeah, I didn't feel the series was actually leading to that point, and that battle was a little bit underwhelming. It kind of actually reminded me of the battle at the end of what was it, Black Panther 2 or whatever. It's like sort of an underwhelming battle that only lasts like a few minutes, and wasn't really what. Yeah. You
know, I think again, it was just for me, it was just another situation where they're trying to hash out as many stuff as they can before the next Avengers movie, and of course Gaia's gonna probably be in the next Avengers film, most likely.
I wonder.
Or in the next Captain Marvel movie, maybe, because...
there's the Skrull connection with Marvels.
But again, it's like, how we've described it, it's becoming more of a quantity over quality.
I think it's a little bit that shotgun approach, where it's like, we'll just try a whole bunch and see what sticks. But I do think that... I do think that maybe Marvel's going a bit in the right direction here with, like, it was a bit of a meh show. It wasn't, like, memorable, but, you know, I think it was better, in my opinion, better than Miss Marvel and She-Hulk in terms of just consistency and...
At least we know who the villain was.
Right?
Miss Marvel and She-Hulk, you didn't get an idea.
Yeah, no idea who the villain was in those shows. Well, thanks for joining us. We on this one, talking about Secret Invasion. We know the fan base is very divided on this, so let us know what you think in the comments below, and we'll continue the discussion there.
Please like and subscribe.
We'll see you in the next one.
Have a good day.